Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm showing off this G1 Bruticus that I bought at Lego. So I guess that in this video I'll just be combining them, and also if you want to see any of the individual robots, just check the description, I'll probably link them down there. But I guess that this will just be a combination video of them, and just a review for Bruticus. So I guess I'll start combining them now. So the first thing that you want to do for the legs is just bring in Swindle and Brawl, and I guess set everything off to the side, so I guess there's the two legs together, and then for the legs, you just want to attach them to the for I guess the whole lower torso section. So just remove this from onslaught and set off to the side. And then for the legs, you just want to rotate down these two side sections of the crotch. And then first you want to attach Swindle. So just take this whole ball joint section and attach it to the top of Swindle's vehicle mode. So just attach this here like this. It'll just slot in. And then compress the whole front section, and it'll attach all the studs. And then compress these two bumper sections at the back to hold the whole leg section together. And there's one of Bruticus' legs done. So the other leg's pretty simple. It's basically the same. So just take the whole front section of Brawl and rotate it forward a bit, and then just slot this section in, and then close it up, again. And then there's both of Bruticus' legs done. So you can just stand up his lower legs like that. And then after that, for the torso, you want to bring in Onslaught. So just take Onslaught and attach it up here. So just attach his head up there like that. And there's, I guess, the whole torso section of Bruticus. And then for Bruticus' arms, you want to actually, this section fell off, so just attach this back to his back. Like this. And then after that, for Bruticus' arms, you want to bring in Blast Off, and then these two studs will attach to these two anti-studs at the side of his torso. So just attach this here like this, and then do the same on the other side with Vortex. So just bring in Vortex and attach these two studs here like this. If it doesn't fall apart. Vortex is kind of delicate. And then I guess there's Bruticus in his combined mode, so you can just, so I guess there's Bruticus done. So here's Bruticus in his combined mode, and I'm mostly happy with how he turned out. Now, I really like how his proportions look, and I also like how most of his parts are in the right colors, where I didn't have to replace a lot of them, but I still have a few issues with him. Now, one of them is that I guess he has gaps in his waist, because I attached the hip skirts to his thighs instead of his actual waist, so I guess that's why he has gaps up there. It's also partially for articulation. Now, also, a bunch of his parts are kind of loose. It's mainly his shoulders and his waist, because they're all attached on single studs, but it's only really an issue on the shoulders because of how heavy they are. It's not really an issue on the waist because of gravity. But yeah, I kind of based his design off the Iron Factory one, or at least I tried to base his proportions off it, but I think his leg proportions ended up looking a bit more close to the MMC version. But yeah, from the side, he's kind of flat. He's probably about like 4 studs thick. So yeah, he isn't really thick because I only had one robot to work with to make the torso. And also from the back, he's kind of gappy. Like he has a few gaps in his back, near his backpack. And he also has a lot of anti-studs because I didn't really clean it up very well. I could probably fix these with 2x2 inverted plates, but I couldn't really find any. And also, you don't really want to put any on Onslaught's legs because they get in the way of his transformation. But yeah, that's about it for his robot mode details. So I'll just turn him back around. For accessories, he has his gun. It's similar to Devastator's gun, and it works similarly as well with the handle. It's kind of small as well, but I guess it was kind of like that on the animation model, so it's fine. But you can hold it by attaching it to the stud on his thumb. So I guess there's Bruticus with the gun. I've never really thought that combiners need guns because of how big they are, but I guess he can have one. But that's really his only accessory unless you count all of his extra combiner parts, or I guess all the other combaticons' weapons. So I guess here they all are. I could probably fit them somewhere on the combined mode, but I couldn't really do it because I didn't feel like doing it. But I could probably fit it on some of the exposed studs or just the clip sticking out from the hands. But yeah, that's about it for Bruticus' combined mode. One thing that I forgot to mention was that he's kind of customizable because he's made of Lego, so you could probably break anything. So I guess one thing that you can do with him is that you can pull off the rotor blade and attach it to his wrist, just like the Fall Cybertron version. So I guess you can have the rotor blade shield. It's kind of small, but I guess it's kind of cool. You can also give him his flamethrower from Fall Cybertron as well, just by removing the hand and rotating the Blastoff's feet down. So we'll just pull off the hand, just detach it from the two studs, and then you can rotate these two feet down, or I guess Blastoff's engines down. Now there's nothing holding the hand together, so his forearm's probably gonna break, but you can still do it. So I guess there's Bruticus with some of his more Fall Cybertron things. So yeah, yeah, that's about it for I guess his customization. So for Bruticus' articulation, he has a head. His head can rotate. It's similar to all my other Transformers, so I guess he can look back and forth. The shoulders are on ball joints, so they can move like ball joints. The elbows are on, I guess, universals because of Vortex and Blastoff's knees, or I guess their hips. They're also on hinges at the... They also have second elbows that are on hinges because of their knees. I went over the arm articulation more in Blastoff and Vortex's videos. The wrist can rotate on a stud. It can angle forward and back, so I guess he kind of has wrist articulation. And then his thumb can open and close and also angle up and down. So he kind of has some articulation in his hand. It's similar to Devastator's hand. The waist can rotate on a stud, so we'll just get his arm out of the way. So his waist can rotate because of Onslaught's head. So I kind of like that. The hips are on ball joints. The hip skirts can also angle up and down, just to get them out of the way for the articulation. The knees are also on ball joints, where they're attached, and the feet are on, and then the feet can pivot forward and back, or they can kind of angle forward and back, but not really because of how they're designed. So the feet are kind of useless. But yeah, so I guess it kind of has some decent articulation, but it's probably not the best just because of how heavy he is, but you can probably get him in some decent poses. So I guess there he is with his knees bent. But yeah, that's about it for his articulation. So for size comparisons, here he is with Starscream, so I guess there he is with the normal Legends class. And then also here he is with Grimlock, so there he is with one of my more recent Transformers. And then also here he is with Devastator, so I guess there he is with my first combiner. I actually expected Bruticus to be shorter than Devastator, but he ended up being a bit taller just because I guess he has all the extra parts in his torso, and also the extra feet also probably help his height, but I kind of wish he was a bit shorter because the Devastator actually has a lot more parts than him. I'll also probably do a V2 of Devastator one day just because I think that a lot of his parts are kind of weak. Like, I think a lot of his connections are kind of weak and he doesn't really stay together well, and also a lot of his proportions look kind of weird. So, yeah, I might do a V2 of him one day. But yeah, I guess there's a bunch of my Transformers together. And that's about it for size comparisons. But that's about it for Bruticus. Between him and Devastator, he's probably my most favorite combiner so far. And also, I guess I like him because of how big he is and how his proportions look. I also like his articulation where he has a waist swivel, which I used in this pose here. And yeah, that's about it for this model, I guess. I guess if you want to see the individual robots from this model, just check the description, I'll link them down there. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Bye.